My name is James Hamlin. I'm the owner-operator of the Avenue Bakery on historic Pennsylvania Avenue. When I say Pennsylvania Avenue, I'm talking about Pennsylvania Avenue in Baltimore, the most historic African-American community in the country. The bakery has been in existence 4 or 5 years, and although folks say to me, Jim, excellent job, you open up the bakery, you have a successful business, the Avenue Bakery is a means to an end. The intent was not to open up a bakery, but the intent was to attract folks back to historic Pennsylvania Avenue and prove the point that we can revitalize our historic community, bringing fresh products to the community, but also, more important, is to spearhead the revitalization of historic West Baltimore. During the 30s, 40s, 50s, and early 60s, Pennsylvania Avenue was an entertainment center for Baltimore. Everything from jazz to great food and theaters. We had about 14 or 15 theaters on the avenue. But its demise took place in '68 when riots took place, when King was killed. And that happened across the country. In that process, that particular community has been abandoned for over 40, 45, 50 years. I decided in 2003 to take this trip to get the Royal Theater rebuilt. And like I said, the Royal Theater in the project is an anchor. We're looking at a 3,000-seat theater that would accommodate everything from conventions to concerts to making it part of the education system in the city when you talk about the arts and entertainment. The project is called the Royal Theater and Community Heritage Center. We're looking at a 500-seat jazz theater because the community has been known for jazz, and we have so many young people who have talents but no place to display it. Every revitalization effort or every economic development has to have an economic base. In this particular case, the economic base is tourism. African American tourism is a great part of that. The community has what we call the Pennsylvania Avenue Heritage Trail, of which is 28 historical sites. We have busloads of folks that come to the community because of the history. The bus stops at Lafayette and Pennsylvania Avenue, where diagonally you'll see the Billie Holiday Park and a monument, as some of us call a tombstone, to the Royal Theater. This project is about revitalizing the community around our assets. And our assets are our history and our legacy. Theater is known not throughout just Baltimore, across the country. A lot of our entertainers went to Europe, and a lot of folks who visit the States would come through Pennsylvania Avenue. I'm from the baby boomer generation. We all know the history and the legacy of all this. And we are at the point where many of us had the financial wherewithal to invest in something of this sort, because we understand the importance of it, we understand the value of it, and what it means moving forward. We as African Americans have to take the lead. We have to take the lead, and we have to invest. And just like the civil rights movement, there was a lot of blacks, whites, and everybody involved in that whole civil rights movement. That's what needs to take place here. Not like most developers. Most developers come in, they come in with a project, it's their project, and they tell the community, this is what we're going to do for you. And sometime, somewhere at the end of the project, the community may get something out of it, but very little. We have to change. We have to change the economic base of the community if we're going to change what's happening in our urban communities across the country. Because today, the businesses in our community don't hire us. The retail piece of the project gives those investors who want to invest in commercial real estate an opportunity to invest as well. So and then if we move towards the housing piece, certainly there's a opportunity for investment or even leasing. The land that we want to put the theater project is considered to be open space. So what we're doing, we are moving Robert C. Marshall Field 2 blocks away. Now, once the football field is put in place, as we get that part of it done, phase 1, that property will be owned and operated by Recreation and Parks. And what that does is frees up the land for us to build the project. And so what I'm doing at this point is trying to raise the funds to be able to maintain control of the project once the land comes available. Just the field alone, it's going to impact from youth to the elderly and our education system. So how can you not be a part of that? I believe Black communities matter. And we have to rebuild those villages that we once had, where there was economic opportunity, all the assets that our young people need in order to grow, develop, and certainly set goals in their lives. If we're going to change what's happening in our urban communities today, and our community, historic West Baltimore, being the most historic African American community in the country, is the ideal place to start.